Hey everyone, welcome back to the So You Shoot Weddings podcast. I'm here with my co-host Mackenzie Frank.
Hey guys.
And this week we're going to talk all about our editing workspaces and I guess our editing mindset, kind of what we do to really get into the grind of editing and try to get stuff done. Because we know everyone edits a little differently. Some people like it super quiet. Some people like to maybe watch a movie while they do it, listen to music, all that stuff. But we're going to get into it, and Mackenzie is a master of editing. I feel like she edits millions of photo shoots in
This is true.
in like weeks somehow. So I would say that she's really good at making the workflow quick and efficient. So we're going to start with her. Mackenzie, explain everything you do when it comes to editing.
Okay.
Go for it.
So yeah, it definitely took a while to get like a nice strategy. But when I get home, I import the photos right away, and I use Photo Mechanic, which I just started using maybe 6 months ago. And if you don't know what it is, it's basically a quick way to selectively import photos that you want. So instead of taking every single thing from the card, you can go through it quickly. Like in Lightroom, there's a little bit of a lag between photos, like once you hit next. But Photo Mechanic, it's like next. And you can just pick it, grab the photos that you want, and now they're in your Lightroom. Once that's done, I usually copy all those photos and bring them to a second hard drive just in case, because can't lose photos. That's just basically not an option in this game. Once those are in, I usually deliver teasers right away. And especially with weddings, I try to get those out really quickly because people want to share the professional photos from their wedding. And I'll go through and I'll pick my favorites. I usually pick a couple just from each part of the day, like a couple from getting ready, maybe details or a dress, if there's a first look, moments with mom or dad. Bridal portraits are my favorite and probably what I deliver the most for my teasers. And then maybe like from the reception, I'll do a couple of the dances, like with the parents or your first dance. And then if there's a big group picture, I'll throw that in too. So yeah, that's how I deliver my teasers and how I get there.
So for you photographers listening, Photo Mechanic, get it? Is it free?
It's not free.
Oh, how much is it?
So when I bought it, I think it was like a Black Friday sale.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was only $50.
Well, Black Friday's coming up 2 months away.
Oh, wow. Shoot.
Right? Which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
September
so
now
that's
when
when I
we're
got it.
filming this. But
Whoa.
yeah, so actually, hold on. That might date this really badly. By the time this comes out, it'll be after September. I would say it probably won't be September. But it'll be, for Black Friday. It'll definitely, this will come out before Black Friday. So get a deal, or find a deal on Photo Mechanic.
Yeah.
I would say it's worth it regardless.
It's so worth it. It has saved me so much time because it just speeds it up. And like, it used to take me probably a couple hours to selectively import a wedding just because it, like in Lightroom, it's just so slow. But Photo Mechanic, 100% worth it. I should have gotten it forever ago,
right.
But I kept pushing it off. Yeah. I'm like, why? I should have listened to everyone saying, why don't you have this yet? So yeah, that's definitely been a game changer for me. Going to backtrack a little bit as well. For my setup of my desk, I usually work better when it's clear. Since I don't have a lot of time, it's usually like throw stuff on it, have a bunch of drinks and Red Bull and stuff. But once it's clear, I'm like, oh, okay. Editing's easier because I'm not looking at 5,000 things crammed on my desk. I love to light a candle.
It's probably just the mindset of like, oh, it's clear now. Now I can work.
Yeah.
If you have, I have like sticky notes all over mine.
Okay.
But we'll get to that. not all the time. But
Yeah.
right now, I currently do. Yeah. But you said you have, it's clean. You put a candle on.
Yeah,
What else?
usually like to have a candle lit just because that smell is calming to me, especially during fall and pumpkin, all that good stuff.
What scent candle? Is your go-to?
The one, oh my gosh, I bought it recently on Amazon and it's not available anymore. But it's called like pecan pumpkin waffle. So good. It like makes me salivate, and I burnt that sucker in like a week.
Pumpkin.
Yeah,
waffle?
I think pumpkin
That's
pecan something.
Yeah,
but Chris, it's so good.
I call them pecans, not pecans.
Okay,
but I don't know. I don't like pecans, but
I don't either.
I like
but
waffles,
it smells so good.
I like pumpkins. So.
Well, you might have liked that one, but
Yeah.
R.I.P. because I burnt the hell out of it,
Wow.
so it's gone. But yeah, and then I'm a big Netflix watcher, Hulu, so I tend to watch things more than listen to music. I don't know. It's just nice to like kind of look over every once in a while I'm editing. And I usually don't watch anything new while I'm editing because, you either have two choices. You're either going to watch it and pay attention and not get your work done, or you're going to like listen a little bit and then miss everything else and all the details.
I think most people probably end up watching The Office.
Yeah,
Which is
The Office is definitely one of my good editing
Friends
shows.
too. You like Friends, right?
I like it. Yeah, I actually just recently finished watching it, like everything for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, because I would see episodes and be like, okay, cool. But
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. Yeah.
It's definitely a good. I mean, obviously, whatever show you want to watch or movie, but like The Office is a good one because I mean, I personally have seen it all the way through. I don't know, 4 or 5 times.
Every time I come over here, it's on.
It's a nice background show.
Yeah.
You can check in anytime you want and just like laugh or not laugh or. So that's really good for editing.
We quote it all the time too, so it's definitely our show.
That's like a comfort thing, right? Just to be like, oh, this. I know I've watched the show a million times. It's on in the background while I'm working.
Yeah, comfort's a good thing to describe it because it's not like dead silent. I don't like to edit with nothing on because I'm left alone with my thoughts. So it's a nice subtle distraction to where I can still get work done, but also kind of enjoy it too.
And like, could you be more efficient if you were just sitting in a room with nothing happening and you were editing? Yeah, but it's not as comfortable and it's not, you're not like happy doing it.
Yeah.
So like I would totally rather be a little less efficient and just be like comfortable
enjoy
while I'm
it
working.
And
because no one wants an uncomfortable desk or workspace.
Exactly.
That's the worst.
Plus when you're happier, you
right?
work better.
If you're mad or like, oh, I don't want to be doing this right now while you're editing, that's not good. So
I think that's a big thing is I try to put myself in a good mood and mind headspace, I guess, to get my work done and have fun to the best of my ability while I'm doing it.
For sure. And I would say, do you want to talk about, so you talked about your workspace. Do you want me to get into my workspace or just kind of the programs I use? Because I mean, you Lightroom, you said Photo Mechanic.
Yeah.
And you export everything out of Lightroom, right?
Yeah. That's definitely the easiest way. And then I guess to go into that a little bit more, I always export to Dropbox first before I upload it to PixieSet, just so I have it in another space. And then I also, in my phone, I have Dropbox on my phone. I'll take photos from there and then I'll post them on Instagram. So it's just easier for me. I know a lot of people use the plugin straight to PixieSet, which is good and efficient, but I just like having it on Dropbox just in case I've got like the unlimited storage or whatever. I have
priceless
hundreds and thousands of photos on there.
That's another thing we can get into because that's part of the editing process is like backing stuff up.
Totally.
So yeah, Dropbox for sure. And storage space is the cheapest now it's ever been.
Right.
It's slowly getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. What was it? I would say 10 years ago, a terabyte was expensive. Now you can buy, I have like plenty of 5 terabytes and 10 terabytes for like $150.
Yeah,
10 terabytes for like $150.
That's a lot of space.
It's a ridiculous amount of space. So like, don't be like, I don't know where to put all this stuff. I'm just going to delete it. Trust me, you want to get more storage space. Dropbox is great.
Yeah.
I like Dropbox better than Google Drive.
Same. I don't even know how to use Google Drive. When people send me stuff on there.
I do get kind of annoyed, but
it's hard.
I like Dropbox better.
Yeah.
Just the way it works, I like it better. But there's a million different ways for storage. There's so many different companies and websites that do storage.
Yeah.
Or you can just do old school hard drives.
Yeah. By the time
both.
I deliver a wedding, I would say I have the raw photos on 2 hard drives, the finished photos on Dropbox, and then finished photos on PixieSet. So I have like 4 backups essentially, which makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And
you never know. Someone's going to get a hold of you a year from now. Hey, do you have a photo of this?
Yeah.
We don't have that. Do you have that? I can look, and then it's there.
Yeah.
It's way better than being like, nope. It's better than
sorry, gone.
Yeah, it's not. Trust me. Storage space is so cheap. Just get as much storage as you can. Especially like we said, we mentioned Black Friday earlier. There's going to be sales at like Best Buy, B&H, everywhere
Amazon
has
even probably.
hard drives for sale. So like pick up a couple hard drives. They'll last you a year or two, a couple years, and just maybe buy another one later. Or like I said, online storage is great, especially nowadays.
I think a good thing too, just in case, is like tell your couple or whoever you're delivering photos to back up what you give them right away, just in case, like as another buffer, and that kind of puts you out of
it'll save you a headache
pressure.
In the future, for sure.
I mean, keep the stuff, but just in case like a fire and this and that and whatever happens, like you're set.
Yeah, and definitely tell them that if you don't have storage, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want them to lose it, and then you're like, oh, I don't save anything, I deleted it. That's the worst. So tell them to back it up. It's super easy to copy it. Even if you copy it to like your desktop, I don't advise you to do that, but like just get it somewhere
else.
Or you can tell the couple to put it on their desktop or a flash drive. Dropbox is nice because it's not going anywhere, it just stays there. But yeah, so
Yeah, what's your space like, and how do you like to edit?
So my workspace. Well, it's funny because I'm in the process of buying a new desk now because my iMac is gonna be delivered soon.
Ooh.
Yeah, my new iMac. But right now I have a 34-inch ultra wide. It's like one of those curved screens, and then I have my MacBook. And the reason why I have because it's basically one. I kind of put them together. I make dual screens, so it's basically one giant screen from left to right, which would be 34 inches plus, I don't know, 15. I don't know what the MacBook is wide. I know it's a 15-inch screen.
It's like, 13,
yeah,
15.
Probably like 12 or 13 inches wide. So, like, that's like almost 4 feet of straight screen, basically. Or, over 3 feet of straight screen. That's because for video, everything's, horizontal for the most part. You're not going to do a whole lot of vertical stuff, and even though nowadays we are, but, like, I look at everything horizontally. So my MacBook is on the left, and that's for all the footage that I'm combing through that I have yet to go through. And then the rest is, my viewer, inspector, effects, the timeline. And I edit on Final Cut X. I used to edit on Premiere. I learned on Final Cut like probably 10, 12 years ago when it was Final Cut 7. Wow. And then, like, I don't know, forgot about, like, I just never edited for years because I wasn't doing weddings. Got back into it, was on Premiere, got sick of Premiere crashing all the time, went back to Final Cut X. So I actually know Adobe Premiere and Final Cut X, but I like Final Cut X a lot better, and that's what I edit on. I think it's a lot more user-friendly, but, and it doesn't crash, which is great. Hey. Nothing worse than being like, oh, I did an hour of work and it crashed. God. Now, even though, now everyone's probably like, well, just autosave it, sure. And I did that, but it's just annoying to be like, it just crashed again. Now I have to I have to wait and open it back up again. I don't want to deal with that. No. So Final Cut X saves everything. Like if my Final Cut X, if I do it for 3 hours, edit for 3 hours, and it just crashes, it's the last click that I did. So the last thing that I did, it's there. I don't have to deal with any of that, which is awesome. So there's that. I usually have on my desk. There's just so much space taken up by the screens. A back scratcher on my desk. It's a good one. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what's on it right now. I got the old back scratcher, my remote for Netflix. I usually watch either Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Disney Plus. I'm more of a movie guy, but I will put The Office on sometimes. Or I'll listen to podcasts when I edit. Or not necessarily when I edit, but when I'm going through the selects. Okay. And the selects just means the best parts of my footage is what I'm doing. So when I'm combing through, so after every wedding, the first thing I do is I try to back it up to at least 2 places, but I'll put it into Final Cut, import everything, and I will go through my selects. Let's say there's a 10-second clip of the bride or the mother of the bride buttoning the dress or something. I'll find the best part of that, and I'll bookmark it. That's so I pick my selects that way, and then go through the whole editing process. Export it. I usually upload it to YouTube. I'll send it to the couple via Dropbox. Sometimes if they'd like, I'll send it to them in a text message too. Okay, so some of them really like that.
I mean, if you just want to throw it on Instagram,
it's just right there. Yeah. It depends on the couple really, but I'm trying to think what else is on my desk. Man, yeah, like I said, I like to watch movies if I'm going through selects, and listen to podcasts for sure. I listen to a bunch of podcasts, so that's just kind of my comfort thing. And I can only do that when I'm going through selects. Okay. Not when I'm editing where I have to
Well, yeah, because I
have to pay way more attention.
You have to do sound too.
Yeah, so I can't do that while I do that, but only when I go through
I didn't think about that. See, I don't have to worry about sound on mine.
So only a small process of the editing process can I watch a movie or have background noise. Usually it really does have to be quiet because I have my headphones on. Okay. And I have to listen to the music hits a beat right here. Okay. Or what did the mother of the bride say right here? I have to listen really carefully, so I can't listen to podcasts or watch a movie during that part. But
do you ever eat at your desk or anything?
No, I almost never eat at my desk.
Really? Yeah. See, I
probably seem like someone who would, don't I?
I was just curious. I love the best thing for me is getting some killer food, like a Red Bull or whatever, sitting it down, and I'm just going to town.
I don't even like putting drinks on my desk.
That's crazy. I can't survive.
I'll put a water bottle, but I'll put it behind my MacBook so I can't see it. I don't like to be able to see it. Is that weird? I guess I just thought of that.
Weirdo.
I don't like to. I don't know.
No, that's interesting though.
I like my desk clean, so I will have my trackpad on there. Like I said, the back scratcher. What What else?
I'm a trackpad person too. I know some people use a mouse, but I'm trackpad all day. Like I
I'm
can't
like-
edit with.
I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of getting sick of my trackpad. I feel
Really?
like maybe I don't know why. The other day I was like, I wish I had my mouse back. Which I still have it, but like, I don't know. I'm kind of over the trackpad.
Okay.
It goes in spurts. I think my wrist hurts. I feel like after a while, I'm always like cracking my. I'm always I probably have carpal tunnel, but
I wouldn't be surprised
Right?
with how many things we're doing.
Oh yeah, and other than that, there's usually some sticky notes on my desk of like, oh hey, make sure finish this edit by this time or whatever, something like. There's always
Okay.
just some random note, or like my wife gets off work at 6 tomorrow and I have to do this. I'll always write random notes to myself either on my phone or on a sticky note. But other than that, my desk is pretty clean usually, unless I'm not
That's
actively
good.
editing. But no, I'm in the process of buying a new desk because I want to have more space on it. That's probably why I don't eat on it, because there's not a whole lot of space.
Okay.
Because there's giant screens, obnoxious screens.
Yeah.
But like, in the process of buying one from IKEA now. But since we're in the middle of a pandemic, IKEA's like out of stock on everything. I check every day, usually multiple times a day.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Or it'll say, I just need the top, the storage, it's like a drawer, and then, like a drawer, and the legs for it.
Okay.
And usually one of the three are in stock, and I'm just waiting for all of them to be in stock so I can
Yeah.
buy it and either go pick it up. But the shipping at IKEA is like ridiculous. It's like $50 to ship, and I'm just like,
okay.
it just annoys me. But we can talk about IKEA in a different episode. But so trying to buy a bigger desk, because at the end of the day, that's where I spend most of my time. That's where we spend most of our time, at our desk.
Yeah.
We can shoot 100 weddings a year, but every wedding we shoot, we're spending more time at the desk.
For sure.
So like if I do 8-10 hours at a wedding, that could be 24, 30. I don't know. I mean,
It's probably around that time.
A lot of hours at a desk. So it's important that we have our desk, comfortable, like you said.
A nice space. Yeah. Because when I first started photography, I had no idea how much time I would be spending sitting at a desk. Like I was a very active person before becoming a photographer. I played soccer and I worked at Target, which was, I would hit like 18,000 steps a day during a shift.
Oh yeah.
And now,
packing them shelves.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
walking around, helping people find stuff. But, now you shoot, and I walk around a lot during the shoots, but the shoots are only 30 minutes, an hour, or your wedding day, which is like 8 to 10 hours. And then I go home and I sit. And that's why I feel like my watch is always like, stand up, please stand up, girl. Like you're not moving. You're just sitting your butt on it.
Sit.
Yeah.
Only
my fingers get a workout.
Yeah, and I still think some clients don't quite get. They're like, oh, why are you so expensive? It's like
the work comes after
most of the work is
we
after.
leave
I would say
yeah.
a good 3/4 of the work is after.
That's
at least,
the hard stuff.
At least. So, but no, obviously everyone listening to this right now is some sort of photographer, videographer, so they understand. But try to make your workspace as comfortable as possible, as efficient as possible. Maybe don't put it in a room where like there's a lot of noise. So like I have an office at my house it's just my office. There's nothing else. I really don't go in there except to work, which is that's how I like it. So definitely go where you're going to be the most efficient, and like just try to crank it out. Because when I edit, I don't like to do, because I have a 6-month-old now at the time of shooting this. Hopefully she'll be older by the time this comes out, but like 6 months, and I try to edit during the day, and it's pretty much impossible with a 6-month-old, and I can't edit in like 20-minute, 30-minute spurts.
Yeah.
I personally, and honestly, I need to learn to edit like that, but I personally like to sit there for 6, 7, 8 hours and really crank out a lot of work. That's just how I do it. I don't know how you do it. Do you do that too?
I'm a little different. Like most of my days, every second is like planned out doing something productive. I don't have any children, so I'm like cleaning my room, taking care of this, answering an email, going over editing 5 pictures while I'm standing and eating or brushing my teeth, and like walking
Great
over
at
here.
Multitasking.
Yeah,
It sounds like
I'm actually good at that. Yeah,
which is why I like to do 6, 7, 8 hours at a
See?
time, because I cannot do 15 minutes, 20. And during the day, even today a little bit, I tried to go through some selects from a wedding I shot recently, and I could, I do a little bit, and then I'm like, ooh, YouTube, and I click on it. Or like, oh, I need my daughter woke up. Now I need to do this. I need to do that. My dog needs out. I have to go to the bathroom.
See, yeah,
like literally everything pops up. I'm not very good at multitasking, and my wife can attest to that. So Yeah, that's totally different. I heard it's like a guy and girl thing a lot too.
Yeah.
Girls are usually better at multitasking.
I saw it on Mythbusters actually,
It's
an
not true, or it
episode.
is?
No, it is true
Oh.
that like women were able to
Do
answer correct questions, keep a baby like in a certain area, do tasks like
Wow.
make something.
I
Yeah,
wonder if that's
it was
like
very
a
interesting.
evolution. It's like a mother thing. Evolution.
It might be.
I wonder if it is. That's crazy. Well, I'm not that great at it.
It's
So,
all right.
but yeah, I'm trying to get better. It's tough. But what else do you have to add about editing?
I would say batching obviously is easier for photographers, like batching and edit. Light changes a lot, so sometimes like I'll be shooting here and then I'll switch to a different camera and shoot over here. So it kind of gets a little tricky with that. Like I think clients think like, "Oh, you just batch your preset on everything and then it's done." Hell no. Like
editing's
I
a lot
have
more
to
than
straighten, get rid of that little dot, or there's a fly in the air, or there's like a piece of hair that's crazy.
and
And
not even that, right? Like not even the hairs in the eye or there's a fly. It's contrast, exposure,
white balance is a big one.
yeah, like every color that imaginable you can tweak somehow.
Yeah, you have to
and you maybe
go
should
through
in some
each picture.
photos.
Like I'm very type A, especially with my real estate. I need my lines to be straight. Like
Yeah.
I am not into those Dutch
Yeah.
angles or whatever. Not for me.
Well, you can't have it
Very
warp
dated,
at all.
too.
Yeah, you have to have
Yeah.
it the
Yeah.
horizon correct and stuff. So
So every single photo, I usually do like my main edits, go through a wedding once, and then like by the time I have my final photos and it's all good, then I'll go through and touch up acne, and that's when I do like all the little details like bruises and whatever. So
I was
takes a
thinking
long time.
I could probably get in a little bit about I could talk. So when I'm editing for video, obviously, I'll go through the selects, which is like the eye candy basically, or the parts that you're gonna need.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if they did letters during the day, I'm gonna incorporate some of those. So I'll go through all that. I'll pick a song at some point, and I usually don't pick a song until after I go through the selects of a wedding, because I don't quite know the vibe or the feel
Right.
of the day until
that's a good point.
even after I shoot it, I still might say, oh, that wedding felt a little like this. I think I know a song. I still wait to go through all the footage, because sometimes it looks a little bit differently through the
Yeah.
camera. Sometimes it happens, but I'll pick a song. Sometimes it'll take me days to pick a song because I want to pick the right one. I don't just pick, oh, this one sounds good. It's a good length. We'll just go for it.
It makes or breaks your
yeah,
video.
I'm really picky about it, and I'll pick one, and I try to make sure it hits certain beats maybe at certain times, or I like when songs crescendo, so like they have some build, and I tend to do it that way. And because I said this before, I was like, wedding days are kind of like roller coasters. Like emotions are up and down and up and down, and then there's a part where it's level, and then you go up and then you go down again. So like I try to have my songs kind of reflect that a little bit. So I'll do that and go through everything. Let's say I have a picture lock, which means I have everything where I want it. Now I need to edit the color of everything. I do that last. I just call it, I gotta do the color grading, or tweaking everything. I do that, which usually takes a whole day just to do that.
Jeez.
And then I have my wife go through one last time to watch it, in case she sees something that I don't.
Yeah.
Because she's fresh pair of eyes. That's really important to me, because I've been staring at this thing for probably a week or 2 weeks or however long. I start to see it a little bit differently, and then when my wife comes and looks, she's just like, oh, well, this shot looks horrible, or like, oh, this shot's really good, but he looks really green in it. We're gonna tweak that a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I fix it, export, and that's pretty much it. So
Nice.
but no, do you have anything else to add? Any last words for this episode?
Nope, that's pretty much it. I would agree with like fresh pair of eyes, or even just waiting, like sleep and then come back.
Yeah,
I'll do
that's
that
a
and I'll
good
be
one.
like, whoa, what the heck was I doing with this
right?
batch? Like,
if you feel like you're just trying so hard to get this shot to look good, or trying so hard,
just
step
leave
away
it,
from it for
come back.
even if it's like an hour,
Yeah.
Or a day, like go to the next one. That's a big thing that I'll do, is like, I'm like, oh, this shot I can't quite get it the way I look, so instead of spending the next 2 hours on it trying to figure it out,
Yeah, and just
I'll
not
skip
getting
it.
anywhere.
I'll come back to it, and I'm gonna keep going. Don't stop the train. Keep it going.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'm glad you mentioned that. But I think
That's
that
it.
about does it for this one. And you guys obviously follow us or join the group on Facebook. So You Shoot Weddings. And
Ask us questions.
Yeah, ask
and
us
we
a
want
bunch
to
of
hear from you.
questions.
Participate.
Yeah, we love the
because-
interaction.
Yeah.
Anything.
Especially when you say, like, show what you're doing or, like,
Yeah.
what you doing this Saturday.
And
That's
get a hold
always
of
good.
us. Instagram, follow So You Shoot Weddings on Instagram. If you want to DM us, we're going to do a Q&A at some point. I don't know if it'll happen by the time this comes out.
We're trying.
But I think we're going to do it soon. And we're going to answer everyone's questions. Cool.
Sounds good.
All right. See you guys.